Have you ever felt uneasy? How can you tell the difference between if your coworker is suffering from schizophrenia or just a paranoid personality disorder? Are they even sentient? Welcome to Barotrauma, where the answer is always both. And no, they're not sentient. They're just playing assistant. This isn't to put a value on a human life, but they don't even value their own lives because you literally get rewarded for their death. Greetings gamers, today we will be discussing Barotrauma, an isometric V-boat simulator. It was made by some Germans in Hamburg, Germany, a place known for its many churches and innovative food. Unsurprisingly, Barotrauma was heavily inspired by Space Station 13. Up first is lore. Who are you? Why are you here? Why is there a clown? Why does he have a weapon? Why is he the only one certified to run the nuclear reactor? Oh, he forged the certification with crayon. Much like Space Station 13, there are a lot of clowns. In fact, there's a whole faction dedicated to them. There are 4 major factions inside of this game, each with their own beliefs and place in the world. Do you wish to serve a corrupt government who doesn't care who it hurts or how many people it harms? Join the European Coalition today. We hail Tobuscus here, friend. They actually treat you pretty well, but considering you are their tool of misery, it may not be your cup of tea. But I wouldn't complain, or they'll waterboard you with that tea. Speaking of tea, do you ever relate to the plight of the Irish and their absolute hatred of the orcs who rule over them? Do you enjoy terror tactics and vandalism? Then join the join the Jovian Resistance today. Now we've returned full circle, let's go over the clowns, who are anarcho-kleptomaniacs. Basically, if you have shit that they want, it's a part of their religion to take it, as it may provide comedic relief to their god. And if you want to keep your shit, you better defend it, as possession is 9/10 of clown law. Lastly is a group of genetically modified eugenic practicing bioterrorists. The cult is actually full of wonderful people who are both charismatic and endearing. Their cult believes in something a tad odd. They believe in swallowing basically tapeworms to harness the power of weight loss and the ability to have an eternal friend whenever you desire. You will never be lonely because your best friend is inside of you. One downside is you do have to convince this tapeworm to be your friend, as it will absolutely try to fucking murder you and impregnate your homies. There are many ways to do this, however, there are some genetic splicers you need to gather. And the worm is, like I said earlier, very territorial. It is trying to take over your body, but you can convince it to share your body and you can gain benefits, turning that parasite into a symbiote. If you fuck up your symbiosis, GG, game's over, because it removes your ability to speak to others, so you cannot cry out. And he will be your only friend, because he is the only one who knows what's going on with you. So have some class. Hey, that's a good segue. Classes! There are 6 total classes, and each one plays a little bit different. We're going to go from top to bottom, no particular order, just how I thought of them. First, let us talk about the captain, the leader of the vessel, and the most boring class in the game. I hate playing captain. I do not want to sit inside the sub all day, driving. Yawn. Is this gameplay, or is this just a puzzle for apes? Security is a mildly more fun class. Security are the front lines, and they defend the submarine from all threats, exterior and interior. They are also totalitarian, egotistical maniacs who will beat you into submission if you slightly question their authority. They will beat you half to death, then resuscitate you, because that's what it means to protect and serve. Trademark. Mechanics. Mechanic is in charge of fixing any mechanical issues and repairing the leaks on your sub. They are also in charge of material processing and manufacturing. If you need a weapon, you have to go through them. A good mechanic is hard to come by, and they are a very valuable asset. You need to treat them very kindly. As for the mechanic, you will often find them either drowned in a ballast tank or dead due to a mud raptor breaking in and locking on to no one but him and mauling him like a pit bull to a baby. Doesn't even matter if you try to save him, because the mud raptor will kill your mechanic 9 times out of 10. The engineer is in charge of... Oh wait, hey, don't chat, don't. As I was saying, the engineer is in charge of the reactor and will at least cause an event which may or may not have the consequence of friendly deaths at least every 3 rounds. Basically, when your screen gets fuzzy, there's a problem. And if someone touches the reactor and mysteriously, under weird circumstances, ends up dead, I would assume it's a skill issue, and I wouldn't look too far into it unless you want to join him. Assistants are to assist the crew in any way that a higher up deems. You basically get a roleplay as an intern, often unpaid. As an assistant, you literally get a skill tree that gives you less punishment and less deduction for dying. A buff tree that basically turns you into a pseudo other class, and then the last one turns you into a clown. Note, this tree used to be insanely powerful as you had an implosion chance on the hit with a toy hammer. It was about 1% chance. So theoretically, you could kill a giant creature with a shitty plastic toy hammer. They removed this to give it a support skill. Absolute garbage. Another atrocity committed by Germany. Look how they massacred my silly boy. Somewhere, a clown shed a single tear, and modders fixed it. God bless their degenerate souls. And lastly, the medic's job is to complain because the dipshit assistant got slightly injured and injected himself with 3 bottles of opium with little to no medical skill, which forces him into an opiate overdose. And he never mentioned this happening before, and he used your only Naxlodone. Congrats, your entire medbay is now one guy screaming, another guy ODing, and you Googling, can you survive injecting bleach? This last part of the joke was brought to you by AI. Thank you, Elon Musk. Please add me to your harem breeding program. Look, I'm gonna level with you. All the things I've said really haven't done this game justice. I don't really want to tell stories because I've already wasted a large amount of your time, but I want to implore you to go out and create your own stories. This game is best played with friends and people you can really connect with. I've made a lot of friends because of this game, and I'm still playing with them today. So get out there, enjoy the game, and if you like the video, subscribe or join my Discord. The next content I will release will be on a more populated game and less niche. However, I hope you enjoy it all the same. Until next time.